that.
Get live. Didn't get me that. Good. Thanks, Bev. Mr. Windus, Building and Grounds,
I have nothing in buildings and grounds,
okay. Space Needs,
nothing in space needs.
Carissa, you got anything to add in Space Needs?
Nothing right now, thank you.
All right, covered enough of that. Weights and Measures,
Nothing in weights and measures at this time.
okay, unfinished business, we have DPW shop update.
Just two other unfinished business, because I had a couple questions earlier. So during the break, I was able to find that information. Bull Street was last constructed in 1960. And the Mack engine is a 455 horsepower MP8-455C Mack. So,
What year was that, you say? in the-
1960.
All right,
Okay.
And I imagine that's a rehab, because there was piling on one side that we added a tie back to, and the other side was concrete. So I imagine the original bridge was both
that's what I
concrete
was wondering.
bumpers.
Okay, I thought I remembered something maybe about 30 years ago when they had to close it if you got the highway department there, used to have the police station used to be there also. I got a request if it's agreeable to everybody. When you do your MOEs on any of the road projects and the bridges, some of them say the towns that they're in. Would you include that for us?
Sure can.
So for anybody that might not be aware of the our highway system, exactly what towns those bridges and road projects lay in. That not, I think for the board members that'd be helpful, but also for the general public
Absolutely.
that might be listening. Thank you.
Absolutely, not a problem at all. We get so accustomed to knowing where
Well,
these
that's good.
things are, so,
That's fine, yep.
yeah,
Yep.
not a problem at all. So DPW shop update, we're gonna keep this on here until the project's done, and I'll be retired, so it won't matter. So, general contractor is on site, so that's good news. He's been moving a bunch of dirt. He's getting it down to subgrade and bringing stone right in, right after them, because the next few days looks like a lot of rain, so he's gonna create a lot of mud. But a lot of submittals have been coming through. We're on top of all of those. The RFIs, we're up to 31 RFIs, but we've gotten answers for almost everything. First two, at least one change order I'm aware of right now. The mezzanine area, which is off to the side of the tire storage or tire changing station, is where we're going to store our tires. The fire suppression system up there was not labeled and not on the drawings. So we have a proposed change order right now of about $32,000 for that fire suppression system there. We're arguing back, thinking that that's a little high, so we won't have a definitive number yet. The allowance for the plumbing contractor is only $30,000, so I've asked Watchdog to put it in as a change order. The other part of the Procore system is that every one of these change events, they call them, because some of them might not actually change dollar amounts, so they call it change events. We can label what they were caused by, and this one's going to be by errors and omissions, and any one like that we can track. We can also track if it's been a county request or a contractor request or any other request. So it gives us a chance to make sure we keep track of everything. And if you recall, we have approval up to 1.6 million for change orders, and that's approved by signature of Carissa and Brooke. So we'll be moving that forward once we get settled on that number. The other one that we probably will be able to handle under an allowance is a beam to hold up fascia brick was missed in the initial drawings. So we're getting a proposal on that one. And then the other item that's out there for costing out is the architect has requested a change in the heating elements in the bathrooms. If it's going to cost us anything, we're not going to accept it, but that was a request by them. So please let me know if there's anything else in the shop that are specifics that you want me to update you on, but I'm happy to answer any questions as well on the new shop if there's any.
So who missed the beam to carry the fascia? Is that an engineering?
Errors and omissions, yes. Just like.
So we hired Hunt to do it and they missed it, now we pay, or are they
There's a
gonna
good-
pony up?
There's always a quantity of issues, but we're going to quantify them, and you'll be aware of them every time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any other questions?
Yes.
Mr.
So you
Bissell?
mentioned heating elements.
Mhm.
Obviously, there's heating issues with a lot of new construction with some of these architects. I'll bring it up again. Do we feel that the heating's going to be sufficient out there?
I actually do, because it is a gas-fired boilers. And that was one thing that the, Keeney mentioned, Alex. He was glad to see those on the project, and he has not brought any other concerns to us. We're keeping an eye on all that. For the most part, all the shop area is radiant floor heating, plus there's hydronic, meaning hot water, in the corners to help offset when the doors open. And then the rest of the shop, all of the office spaces and conference rooms and training room along the perimeter of the building also has radiant floor heating, and also has the hydronic units. So everything is hydronic based. It's not heat pump based. So we should be okay, but I'll keep you posted. Any other questions on the shop?
Okay, Solid Waste Board.
The update is I have that Brooke has called the first meeting for next Wednesday at 9 a.m. I guess it's going to be more of just an organizational meeting. I actually have to be in codes training, and Dean's going to sit in on my place, which he's going to be there at most all of them as well. So, so at least they're going to have a meeting coming up, and that one item got pushed to there, and all of what we brought up earlier in the year will be on that committee as well.
Good. We'll keep updating every month on that also.
Absolutely.
Okay. Any new business?
Chairman,
Yes, Jan?
this really doesn't have anything to do specific to this committee, but I'm going to suggest that we start our meetings at least a half hour sooner than we've been starting. We've been going into the lunch hour, which isn't fair to Tiffany and Beverly and anybody else that's trying to get to lunch, chairmans. And I think we've got so much on our plates right now that our meetings are definitely going longer than we've ever gone. So I'd like to see us change our schedule, which I know means another new March calendar, but move everything up to at least a half hour.
I agree with that. Yep. Okay, thanks, Jan. Any other new business? Go to the order. Motion to adjourn.
Ricky, move.